Hello, in this video we will discuss about the glomerulus filtration. So the glomerulus filtration, let's begin to understand with the overview of the nephron. So next we will discuss in this video with the detail. So here is a person which that is contain a urinary system, contain a kidney, pair of kidney, ureter and bladder. So the adrenal gland are present in the form of pair. So this basically is we are looking at the kidney. So the kidney contain a nephron. This is the 1 million nephron per kidney is the number of the near to the 1 million. So here is I am drawing the kidney. I am drawing the kidney which that is contain a nephron. So the nephron is the basic structural and functional unit of the urinary system, which that is the basic structural and functional like a neuron, for example, in the nervous system. So here is the efferent arteriole and efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole will carry the oxygenated blood toward the glomerulus, while the efferent arteriole is used for the reabsorption again for the desired substance, for example ion. So it's contain a distal convoluted tubule near to the Bowman capsule, and the glomerulus is Bowman capsule is wrapping around the glomerulus, and here's the distal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, and the proximal convoluted tubule, and second one is the distal convoluted tube and the attachment of the collecting duct for the urine production. So the urine will be through in the pelvis, and the pelvis basically is lead to go into the ureter and ultimately go into the bladder. So let's begin to understand. Here is the structure of the nephron. Basically here is the efferent arteriole, and that is the efferent arteriole is carry the blood which that is contain a waste product, and during the pushing the two type of pressure will be lead to use for the filtration. For example, for pushing of the filtration, pushing of the waste due to the hydrostatic pressure, which that is the fluid exert force out. It means the out force. While on the other hand, another is the pulling force, which that is the oncotic pressure. This oncotic pressure is the pressure exerted by plasma protein on the wall of the compartment. For example, in the blood, which contain a negative charge containing albumin protein, which that is used for the attraction of the anion. So that is why. So the basically the positive charge containing ion will be attracted by the albumin protein due to that negative charge. So here is the for reabsorption after the filtrate will be occur into the nephron tubule, which that is the proximal convoluted tubule first. So the first go into the proximal convoluted tubule, so the reabsorption can be occur. Why reabsorption will be occur? Because the efferent arteriole contain a less water content as compared to the water content are present inside of the nephron. So that means the aquaporin channel is used for the filtration, used for the reabsorption of the water into the efferent arteriole. So that is why the homeostasis. So the homeostasis, why? Because the water is required for the filtration, so the water will be again reabsorbed. So let's begin to understand the glomerulus. This is the glomerulus, which that contain a efferent arteriole, which that is carry the blood toward the glomerulus, and efferent arteriole, which that is release the blood into the for reabsorption. So the efferent arteriole, which that is make a vasa recta. So here is the podocyte is wrapping around the glomerulus for the filtration. So the complete good filtration. For example, the basement membrane are present, and this basement membrane is covered with the podocytes. So podocytes contain a negative charge, net negative charge. What does that mean? And it is also contain a slit. So important thing is that the albumin proteins contain a negative charge. So the net negative charge of the podocyte will repel the negative charge of the albumin. So it means the protein filtration is very difficult as compared to the magnesium, sodium, calcium, potassium, which that is a cation. while the anion will be repelled due to the negative charge of the podocyte. So the podocyte is very important. During the glomerular nephritis, which that is podocyte is disrupt or some basement membrane changes, which that is lead to glomerular nephritis, is that syndrome which that is basically cause the filtration problem, and the edema can cause inside of the body due to the excess of fluid. So here is the podocyte, which that is basically that is the projection of the podocyte, which contain a slit. This slit is basically the attract the positive charge containing anion, so the cation, sorry, which that is toward the cathode movement, so that is why it is cation. So the cation will move into the Bowman capsule from the glomerulus, while the albumin protein or any other amino acid will be repelled due to the negative charge. So that is why the protein contain a negative charge. It means the negative to negative repel. So let's begin to here. I am drawing a bigger picture to understand the basic concept. So here is the efferent arteriole, and between the glomerulus toward the glomerulus, which that is go toward the glomerulus. So here is the basically pi PGC is the glomerular, basically glomerular oncotic pressure of glomerulus capillary protein, while on the other hand the HPC is the basically the 50 millimeter of mercury is basically is the hydrostatic pressure of Bowman capsule, and on the other hand the 55 is the hydrostatic pressure of glomerulus. So the hydrostatic pressure is more, so we can conclude that is that we can calculate the net filtration pressure is the NFP, basically is contain negative HP and negative pi p, which that is the hydrostatic pressure of glomerulus and the hydrostatic pressure of Bowman capsule and oncotic pressure of glomerular capillary protein, which that is equal to 10 millimeter of mercury. So the total net filtration pressure is the 10 millimeter of mercury, which that is equal to. So on the other hand, here is the water will be reabsorbed, and the sodium and other things will be reabsorbed. We will not discussing in this video, so just for understanding. So here the glomerular filtration rate is basically the glomerular filtration is directly proportional to the basically area for filtration A2 and A square and the permeability of glomeruli. So the permeability is very important as well as the area. So let's begin to understand. Here is a glomerular filtration is equal to net filtration pressure. Basically net filtration pressure is depend to the area as well as the permeability, and the glomerular filtration rate is basically is the multiply of the surface area, and permeability is equal to the coefficient of the glomerular filtration rate. So this coefficient of the glomerular filtration rate will be multiplied with the net filtration pressure, which that we can conclude that. So the filtration coefficient is decreased due to the surface area as well as the permeability, and increase due to the surface area increase and as well as the increase of the permeability. So that is why basically is increased due to when permeability will be decreased, it means the pressure inside the glomerular will be increased, while on the other hand the area for filtration is basically when increase, so it means that when area will be increased, so it means the pressure will be decreased, while the constriction of the glomerular will increase. But basically the when increase, so the filtration rate will be increased. When the pressure will be increased, so the filtration rate will be increased. So remember about that. So here let's begin to understand the filtration mechanism with respect to the hormone, for example. And so the neurotransmitter, which that is the adrenal gland, contain medulla produce norepinephrine and epinephrine. Norepinephrine is used for the vasoconstriction, while the epinephrine is used for the vasodilation. So let's begin to understand with the diagram here. You can see epinephrine, which that is used for the vasodilation of the efferent arteriole during the incoming toward the glomerulus blood. So the vasodilation will be occur, and the more blood move into the glomerulus. After the movement of the glomerulus, it means the constriction of the efferent arteriole, while the vasodilation will be occur of the efferent arteriole. So the efferent arteriole will be delayed, and reabsorption is the chance for it. So here again diagram I am drawing to understand the vasoconstriction of the efferent arteriole, which that is constrict, and the blood pressure will be decreased in the glomerulus, and that is why the blood will move toward the efferent arteriole. And after the movement of the efferent arteriole, so it means the vasodilation of the efferent arteriole. So the efferent arteriole will be delayed, and it means the reabsorption will be occur by making a vasa recta. So that means it means the basically is the net filtration pressure we had discussed about, and we had discussed about the glomerulus filtration. So here is reabsorption will be occur. Why? Because the water is more than the glomerular capillary, because the efferent arteriole basically is contain a less water, so the water will again move into the passive diffusion. So thanks for watching.